Welcome to Good Morning Britain, your daily radio show for all Brits who enjoy a nice cup of tea. Today I'm Redford, and I shall be your host for today, Thursday 11/15/73. And the weather is a beautiful, cloudy and rainy day outside. Today on our show we have the great pleasure to interview Her Royal Majesty, Queen Elizabeth, and Grace O'Malley, two great friends who will tell us about their personal achievements and how they met each other. Your Majesty, welcome. How are you today?
I'm quite alright, Redfall. Thank you.
And what about you, Grace?
I'm alright, mate.
Let's start, shall we? Elizabeth, tell us, who are you? Tell us like if we didn't knew you were a monarch, of course.
Well, I'm Queen Elizabeth of House of Tudor. I'm the current servant of all the people of the great Kingdom of England, and this is my story. If you weren't aware, my father, Henry VIII, sought to have a son to be his heir. Thus, he wanted me out of his sight for the longest time. He kept me locked up in a tower from a very young age. Later, by ironies of destiny, sadly my brothers and sisters all passed away, leaving me to be the only heir to the throne. Inside my accomplishments, you shall find that proudly I have never held any relations with a man, and nor do I plan to do so, for I shall be as pure as they come. Amongst my public matters, I gave a new blow to the arts, sponsoring a new era of creativity, including and not limited to sponsoring one of the most influential writers of our times, William Shakespeare, and defeated second greatest naval fleet, the Spanish Armada.
Impressive, Your Majesty. Nothing less than one could expect from a queen. Talking about the war against the Spanish army, I think this is where our second in my tea comes along. Tell us about you, Grace.
Well, to be honest, there ain't much to be told. I just grew up in a modest family. I just grew up on a modest family of Ireland. We were a bit accommodated, but father had some authority. When I was little, I dreamed about becoming a great sailor, to cross the seas. Yet, my father insisted that I was a man's job. Years later, when I became older and had a say of what I wanted to do with my life, I became a sailor, and later, of course, a pirate. I worked my way up the ranks. Along the way, I formed a family of my own. And long story short, I became the queen of all pirates. This is where my friend Ellie comes in. One fateful day, the British ordered me, kidnapped my children as war prisoners, and it was on my own hands to negotiate terms with the British. I was brought upon an audience with Her Majesty, and she invited me to negotiate over a cup of tea. We talked, and we got to know each other. I will learn that we were very alike. She fed my children in exchange for something, an alliance to defend our lands against the Spanish army. We formed an undefeatable force, coming victorious in every way.
What a charming tale. Two brave women, who yet so different they were so alike. A friendship that was keyed for our liberties. And that shows that women are just as valuable as anyone else. And here comes to an end our late night show. Good Morning Britain. The only show that despite the name it takes place during the evening. And that's all. Thanks for listening. And keep tuned in for the next radio show, coming in very shortly after this commercial break.
Wishing will make it so. Just